Gaffer, back to it on Saturday, a long trip down to Forest Green Rovers. Obviously it's been a tough start to the year in the league, but looking forward to it as usual.
Yeah, it has been a tough start to the new year. I think certainly after the Christmas results we were expecting better return from our league programme, which hasn't been the case. The performance has been there, as I've said, but we haven't managed to turn them into results, so that's the aim for us. But like I will say, every game's an opportunity for us. The players always look forward to working hard for the team and going out there and trying to win, and there's no different approach this week. We know where we have to improve. If we make that slight improvement, we'll win games, but we have to start doing it now.
A further couple of additions, both from Lincoln, with Bruno and Michael coming in.
Yeah.
What's the thoughts, what you're hoping to see from them and what they can add to the side?
Look, we've produced and created a lot of chances in various games and not took them. We hope Bruno, Ash Hunter, the lads who we've brought in, can give us that extra quality in the final third to take advantage of our good play and like I said, I've said a couple of times, I think we've been a little bit naive in certain games, in certain scenarios, and I think Michael's got vast experience right in the middle of the park to sort of give the team, the players around the team at both ends of the pitch, the value of his knowledge and game nous, really. So they're both, all the players that we brought in are to help us bridge that gap that's between us and winning games on a consistent basis at the moment. So we know from the start of the season it was a season of finding our feet and seeing who could take us forward and who wouldn't, and over time the squad changes, the team changes, and we're in that sort of that zone at the moment, and until we can get out of January and get a settled team, a settled squad, this is the scenario we're in. But like I say, I think Saturday's the most important aspect now. We've got made some real good additions. Now we've got to go out and win games.
Forest Green with a couple of wins in the last 10. What are you expecting from them?
Well, it was an extremely difficult game for us at Moor Lane early in the season. I think it was one of the games that made us really sit down and think about what we were doing and what approach we had to have. It was a sort of line in the sand, really, that game, and coming, I think it was just after the Crewe game, we improved our performances and what we were doing, but so we know they're a tough team to play. I haven't been down there before. It's one of the grounds I've not been to as a player or as a manager, but we need to see the improvement that we're striving to make. The players are working exceptionally hard, as they always do. Can never fault their attitude and their commitment. But we just need to understand what wins games. And I just feel, and I said this to the players, that I think we know how to play well at the moment, but we need to know how to win. And that's just the slight adjustments we have to make.
Just looking back to last week as well, obviously you showed a bit of faith in the players who saw us through against Port Vale. How's the squad looking in terms of fitness? Was that a show of faith? The lads looking okay?
Well, yeah, look, we know we've got good players throughout the squad, and it's been a fragmented season for a lot of them with injuries and so forth, and obviously new additions, people coming in. So it's there's not many players that have played nearly every game. I think it's only barring 3 players haven't had an injury this season. 3 senior players, I mean. So it's been like that stop-start for a lot of the players, and we're trying consistently to get a consistent lineup. But you also have to reward performances or players who are striving to get in the team, and the addition of the new players this week has sort of brought a new dimension to the squad and the team, and we have to see that going in the games going forward to try and win. We still feel there's an opportunity to do something this season, so we'll never give that up.
Cheers, Gaffer.
Okay.
And Graham, obviously the 4 signings that you've made so far this window are all four of them are players that have come from a higher level. So does that sort of reaffirm the sort of ambition and the trajectory that this club's on?
Yeah, we never hide away from that. We know that we're going to face many challenges. Certainly now that we've gone into the Football League, the quality of the opposition and the games that we play has gone up a notch without a shadow of a doubt, and we have to try and compete against that. So, like I say, it's been different spells throughout the season so far, but the players that we've brought in, we know can help us win games at this level, and hopefully stay with us if we manage to get out of this level at some point. So that's the. I don't think the ambition and the target of the club will ever change, but we have to respond to challenges along the way, and I think we've tried to respond to what we're facing now in the league programme by bringing in good quality and good experience, and to win games you need good players, and that's what we feel we've brought in.
And you've spoken on numerous occasions about trying to find that sort of final ingredient. Do you think these players that you've brought in so far are the difference between, challenging for promotion?
Well, time will tell. We haven't brought them in just to stay the same. I have to tell you that much. So we brought them in to improve our results. Like I say, I think the performances have been really good. I couldn't really, have a go at the players last week. I think they gave it everything with their effort, their commitment. From box to box, we were very good. We were the most dominant team. We created more chances again than the opposition, but we're on the wrong end of a negative result. It's so you're down to real fine margins. So we feel the players that we brought in will help us make sure those fine margins go our way. It's not I think the games that we have been beat, you're talking one goal, and I've seen the stats from all the games, and even comments from the opposition managers, knowing how well we played and the results. But we're not into sob stories and feeling sorry ourselves. We're into finding how to improve, taking action, and making that improvement happen. So that's what we're trying to do right now. But even though we've made those 4 additions, we still feel we've got players who are already here that can help us win. So it's not a case of revamping everything, but certainly we've had to tweak things to improve results. And
obviously you said at the weekend as well that you still think that it's almost within your control. You've still got enough games to sort of get the points. Is that something that you think with these new signings that you've got a good chance of getting some momentum going?
Listen, we have to win one game first. That's it. We have to win the next game we can. So it's it's hard to talk about momentum when you've lost your last 3 league games. So you have to think about the next game only. So, but we all know if you get that momentum going, you get that run, which we felt we were going to get just after Christmas, but it didn't materialise. But once it does, then you've seen teams every season go up the league, in every division. So. I've experienced that myself as a manager as well. So I still feel with the players that we have, once we get that best team out there and they get a run of games going together, that we can win a lot of games. We have to win a lot of games. We can't control what happens in other fixtures. So we've got the points that we can aim for, but we can't take points off teams that are playing in different games. So that's the only thing we can't control. But what we can control is our results and our destiny, as in points. What we can win, whether it will be enough or not, we don't know until the end of the season. But certainly with the players that we've added on to the players we already have, I think we're in a position to put a run together. But like I say, you can only win the next game in front of you, and that's all we have to focus on. I think the players, listening to them, speaking to them, they're desperate to do well. They're good characters. They've got good ability. For one reason or another, we've never got that bit of momentum going. But there's nearly 20 games still to go. So I've been in the game a long time to see things change in a short period of time. And anyone at this club will tell you, we fight for everything. We never give up. We're never going to give anything up. So I don't see why we should start now.
And thinking about this season as well, as almost the parameters of success, have they changed as the season's gone on? Because We were speaking after, I don't know if you remember, but in Warsaw in October, you were saying that, you know, these are the babies of the Football League, but you brought in a lot of experienced players now. So, just what's a successful season for you now?
We can't tell you until 46 games. That's the reality. You know what I mean? I think you have to. One thing in football, if you're in it long enough, you have to adapt. You have to reset things. You have to have your targets, but they can change at any moment. So you know, this, for us, is about winning games and making improvements all the time. Now, even if we win as many games as we possibly can and miss out on success at the end, we see the improvement made. We take it forward. But you know, without hindsight, we don't know. We have to judge the season after 46 games or possibly more. That's the only time you can do that. You know, look at last season. We couldn't judge it in November. You know, we couldn't judge it in February. We had to judge it at the end, and it come down to one game in the end, because you know the judgment on that season would have been completely different on one result in the final. That's where we go. So from season to season, we have to look at the end of the season, review, and say, was that a successful season for us, and take into account all the challenges, all the things that we faced over the course of that 10 months or so, and the changes you make in your club, you know, within the squad and the players, and giving people debuts and playing at levels for the first time, all that sort of stuff. You have to take every sort of fact and piece of information into the pot and see whether you did well enough or not, but only until the end can you do that. So, you know, for me to sit here not even 2/3 of the way through, I think it's way too early to judge whether we've had a good season or not.